Now I'm heading from Narvik to Å, which is the tip of Lofoten. The sea is beautiful, very brutal nature here. Tough people can survive this. Oi, 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 oi. Wow, look at that waterfall right there. That's pretty amazing. Now we are in Lauk. There is a convenience store right there. Try to get some food. The scenery is spectacular here. Heading to Lofoten. Moose sausage. 45 grams of moose. For €5. Woohoo. I'll get one. Just to try. Okay. So now we're near Å. And I intend to do some kayaking and go down the fjord there. Oh, yep. Okay, so getting into a kayak isn't always the easiest thing, but we will figure it out. Like that. Like a cat. Like a ninja. Hard part is always to get this thing on top. Hey, nice. I'm paddling here with my kayak and I'm gonna head out there. It's like a fjord inside of Lofoten. Let's see, let's go. I'm out paddling kayak here with my paddle, and behind me we have some pretty insane mountains. I'll continue in that direction over there. And the aim is to have coffee there, because I've seen this little insanely isolated island that I want to get to. So a little bit on my bucket list now since I saw it. Look at that. Waterfall at the end, and then some summer cottages or something like that. Whoa. People actually live here. Crazy. But I came from back there, where all the houses are at the end of the horizon there. There are some genuinely cool mountains here. But I think that waterfall right there is where we have to go right now. Ho ho ho! Look at that. Look at that waterfall. We have to go there. Clearly we should go there. That slimy thing down there in the water, that's a jellyfish. And there's another one. That is a red jellyfish. We have them on the west coast in Sweden too. And if you're a kid and you swim and you burn yourself on them, it hurts like hell. You have to be careful with them. Right there is the waterfall. Pretty damn cool, I have to say. If I get to say myself. And I do, because it's only me here. So I can say to myself, it is cool. So, amateur mistake. There, I got water in there, so my matches are now wet. I can't do coffee. I planned to do. I had my trianga with me. So now I'm eating tuna. But it's not that bad. Tuna is healthy. Lots of protein. Really good. A bit cold though. I would have looked forward to really warm coffee now. Coffee would have been great. Best coffee of all would have been my buddy Ihab's spiced Moroccan coffee. You can't get it really anywhere apart from his family. If you know him, you can get it. He should start to sell that stuff. But hey, I get tuna and the best view you can have. Look at that. Oi, 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 oi. That's pretty insane. So this terrain here looks like it's easy. I thought I would go up there, but basically sort of that drop from there to there, that's like 5 meters, and it's very, very sort of, if you look down here, it's very, very deep falls here. So I thought since I'm all alone out here, nobody will rescue me, so I better be a bit careful and not fall, me and my canoe down there. Time to say goodbye to this place. It's insane, I have to say. Yeah, not often do you see stuff like this. So the hillsides are amazing, and that waterfall, there's nobody here, nobody at all. It's pretty amazing. I miss my kids. I miss my kids whenever I'm not with them. I wish they could see this. I'll take them here some other time. It's really hard to sort of explain pretty how steep these mountains are. There's still some snow there. You see it there. It's the last bit of snow. But hey, this sort of, it's maybe 400 or 500 meters high here. The same on that side. And then back at the waterfall where we were just now. What a hairdo. I gotta take the kids here someday. Yeah, it's gotta be one of the more remote locations on Earth, this one here. Check that sunset. Pretty nice. Look there. That's the way sunsets are supposed to be. I'll try to do it 360. But then I might drop the camera. Not good. So I'm heading over. There is where the beast is. And that's where home is right now. So I need to go and get there. Apart from that, I got it. Check that sunset. Check how the sun rays come here and here. This is something else. The beast is there in the most beautiful sunset I've seen, maybe ever. And this is Andøya. I am in something called Sørvågen. And then something really unlikely is here. This green truck there, it's brasa on it, which means fire. There's an Argentinian guy that has set up extremely good food. I have some here. Chorizo sandwich, extremely good. It's very unlikely to see an Argentinian guy. He had moved here and he liked it here, so he stayed here. Okay, so I know that these boats, they are like designed the way the Vikings did them. So the design is like 2,000-3,000 years old. Pretty cool. So now we are in Å, which is the furthest tip of Lofoten. And today I'll take a walk around this lake here. Some sort of inland lake. Ending up in the sea there. But here, let's go around that. Let's go. Okay, here's windy. Oh hey, we're on top of some mountain now. Really nice here. And there is another mountain higher. Boop, there. Hey, look at this. Oops, it's a bit muddy here. But hey, look at that view. Pretty remarkable. Yeah. Ah, look. Somebody has a cottage right there. It's gonna be lonely. How do you get there? Nobody knows. Maybe they have their private helicopter. They are Norwegian after all. Every Norwegian has a billion, trillion, zillion, million in the oil fund. I'm sure they can have a helicopter. Or two. One blue and one red. And one white for the flags. Yay. Look at that top there. Wow. Pretty messy here at times. Wow. Look at the birds right there. Lots of birds. This bird conference. Maybe they are discussing something important. I'll go on the other side there in a few hours. Check this. There. Small waterfall. Comes out here and down here. Pretty nice. We can drink this water. It's just super clean here. There's nothing that can pollute it. So let's take that risk. That was good. Doesn't get much cleaner than this. You feel very comfortable drinking this. Tiny waterfalls compilation. Look at that. And then it goes here. And then it continues down there. And then onwards there. And eventually into the lake. How about going down there and pop in for coffee? Like, hello, how are you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, for sure. You don't see anybody here. Check this. That's a rather lonely place. No neighbors. I bet they like solitude. I saw a little waterfall there. So I want to go and check it out. Waterfalls are always funny. Should always be checked out if you can. And hey, that's the hillside that I came down from through the woods there. Actually couldn't film there because I was sort of stumbling, falling halfway down there. It wasn't really safe to do any filming. Hey, let's head to that waterfall. Okay, so it turns out that there was a bit of a swamp here. It wasn't that easy to walk as I thought to that thing. And in addition there is the odd river, tiny creek here. And then quite a lot of swamp. Check that stone there, this one. When I look around and I look up the hillsides, I'm thinking there must be places here where nobody has ever been. It's simply too inaccessible, so few people. So even though there have been thousands of years and people have lived here, there are places you simply can't get to, or it's not worth the risk because there are so many other better places to go. It's quite fascinating because the world is so populated. But I think it's a comforting thought that there are places still where nobody has been. Down there is that big rock we were on just now, and here is on top of that waterfall going down here. It's pretty nice, coming from up the hillside. Then we'll end up down in that valley where the water is right there. It's a bit of a jungle walk partly here. Let's see. Now we are down by the lake. So the vegetation is a lot more dense. It's a bit tricky business to walk here. Especially with filming. Let's see if we can keep walking here with my funny selfie stick. Hey, whoop. Okay, so now lunch time. And what are we gonna have? Tuna, of course. Tuna. Lots of protein, healthy, easy to take with you. Super good too. Can't complain. And then nuts for healthy fats, bit of energy, and a pepper. Actually, this pepper was submerged in salt water the other day when I was out kayaking. Let's see how this is. Oh, it's still good. And then still I have a bit of coffee for dessert, and I have water. Stay hydrated. It's what we learned in the army back in the day when I was young and promising. Now I am only promising, I hope. Well, I'm old and not so promising. Hey, check there. Right there. I can't help thinking, doesn't the water get afraid, you know? Just throwing yourself off any cliff. Water is unafraid. I wish I was like that. I wish I were like that. I think it is actually conditional. It's supposed to be were and not was, I think. But anyway, it just throws itself off the cliff, totally fearless. There, down here, into the lake. Pretty amazing. You see there, the water is just throwing itself off the cliff. Whoa, kamikaze water. But hey, look at these cliff sides up there. Whoa. Like over there, that's where I was walking a couple of hours ago. From here out to there. and then in there was a small waterfall, and now I'm heading back to Å. Å, just one letter in the name of the city or village. Å, that's pretty cool. It's an A with a circle on top, just like my last name, Åkesson. Most people say Åkesson or Åkesson or Ekesson or something, but it's actually Åkesson. Try to say that. Åkesson. Åkesson. Yeah. Again. Well done. Oh, you did it right. Boom. Well done. Check this here. Wow. It's really tranquil. It's just dripping down. It's hard to know if this is caught on camera as beautiful as it is in real life. Woo! Another sneeze. Apparently we always sneeze twice. Nobody knows why. It's worthwhile taking a little bit of an overview of Ågvatnet, which is this lake. Pretty cool. So in there is where we were right now. I think, yes, definitely. So hard to see, but you know, the ground is a lot like this sort of swamp, semi-swampy swamp. Whoops. It's a bit tricky to walk in, like sort of exhausting. It's just sucking the energy out of your legs. I thought I would just film a little bit so you can see it. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. Well. Wow. For me, sea equals freedom. Freedom to go anywhere. Drinking is important. Get enough water. Hydration is key. Whoa. So, as any kid from the Swedish west coast will know, rocks that have been submerged in water have algae on them and they get extremely slippery. Also, these sort of seashells you have there, they're extremely sharp. So if you step on them, you can cut yourself really badly. Hey, look at that red stuff there. We are going to the Viking Museum. For the occasion, I put on my yellow shoes with my yellow socks. So here I am at the Viking sort of chieftain place, Borg, near Narvik. So they lived here around 900 AD or something like that. Then they decided to leave, go to Iceland instead, because war was impending and so on. Okay, this is a really beautiful place. If you are ever around, you should go here, clearly. Let's go inside and check it out. Amazing stuff. Some Viking food, soup. Here we have this little Japanese guy or something like that. He is now a Viking chief. Pretty cool. Yep. Yeah. So the whole building is more than 80 meters long. Dry fish. It doesn't look so delicious, but if you're a Viking, it might have. Believe it or not, you have the view of a Viking chief. Oh, pretty amazing. Imagine that people were here 1,000 years ago. Sort of year 900 or so, more than 1,000 years ago. Then they decided to leave for Iceland. Yeah, sometimes you have to go. It was true then, and it's true now. Right there, we have a Viking throne. Relax. The Viking has Toyota keys. I didn't know the Vikings had Toyota, but this guy does. Okay, so here we have the whole building from the outside. Pretty amazing. 80 meters long. But I heard that they said that they didn't know how high it was. Clearly the thing has gone down and this is like a replica. So, and one of the other problems is of course most of the things were down in wood, so most of it disappeared. A little bit sad. That's where some parts of Europe have an advantage, that the old stuff were built in wood, in stones, so the things were preserved better. Well, here we have some pigs. They would have been the same in the Viking age. Adult supervision needed. Yep. That's to have to dry my t-shirt on the back seat here after getting a bit of rain on me. But hey, adult supervision needed. It's a good slogan. We should have it, all of us. I have started a grip strength competition. I think you should all participate. I don't know if you know that, but grip strength is one of the most important indicators for longevity. So I bought this and I have a competition with a friend of mine, Yuri. Anybody can join. My grip strength is now 58 kilos. I tested it with one thing. 58 kilos is good. It's like top 5 percentile for age 52 men. But I am gonna get to like, I don't know what, 70 or 1,000 or something. But so I have to do a lot of this. Every bottom one has a small counter here, there. So it says how many. I don't need to keep track of it. That's great. And I can make it here lighter, so that it's not as hard or harder. And if I put it at half the strength, I can even do it at like this. That's probably a different kind of grip strength. Strong hand is important. Okay, so here we are in Kongsvik Snarköp. So this is a cool concept. It's always open, there is nobody there. So you can just buy the stuff you need and then you pay and you leave and there is nobody here. And they have a small area here for kids to draw. And then it's a regular store basically. I will get chicken, protein. So they have sort of everything you would need. I will get some vegetables. Yeah. This one here can be eaten raw. Good stuff. Healthy. And then I will have an ice cream. And then I will soon pay. So this store really delivered. Here we have chicken and smoothies, 2 of them. That's great. It's important to eat a lot of protein, especially in the morning, so you get full and you don't crave a lot of crap. Also, they have the smallest shopping basket that I have ever seen. This is the most Norwegian of all candies, Quick Lunch. When I was a kid, we would eat this whenever we went to holiday in Norway. And you go to holiday in Norway if you live in Gothenburg, because it's near. But this is sort of chocolate. Now, there is milk in here, so I can't have it. I'm allergic to milk protein. That was a great concept, this sort of managerless or personless store. So I spoke to a guy here who was from a local. He said used to be 30-kilometer drive that way or 40-kilometer drive that way for a store, but now they have this one. So they couldn't, the thing couldn't recognize the broccoli. So then a written automated voice came up and there was a camera on the wall. And then so they have all these stores all around Norway, but then there is a centralized help desk that they call into if you don't know it. And there was like 38 cameras in the store, so nobody will steal anything. Well, at least they will be detected somehow. But that's a great way to keep stores in remote areas where otherwise they wouldn't be possible to have a store. Amazing. Okay. So, high up in the mountains, about 500 meters above sea level, there's this train station. And it's massive. And it goes like that and like that. So it's the train that takes iron ore from the Swedish mines and to Narvik. And the reason is that Narvik has an ice-free harbor that's free of ice all year round. About 20 million tons of iron ore is shipped every year. 20 million tons, that's a lot. And so this train station is called Bjørnfjell. But 20 million tons? How many beasts would you need to do that? You would have to trade a lot with the beasts. But there are 10 trains every day that goes here, and the question is for how long that will go on. But here we have the train station, and this is like very much in the middle of nowhere. Bjørnfjell. Okay, I wonder if you can take any passenger trains here. Anyway, here is Bjørnfjell station, 513 meters over the sea level. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see if there's a train. Maybe I can hitchhike with that. That would be dangerous. We are lucky there will be a train here at some point that we can kind of check out. They are insanely long, I know that. So let's show how the tent mechanism works. Oh hey, 1 and oh hey, 2. Way, woof, boom, and the tent is ready. And then you just go in and climb in here. And then up there, and you're in the bed. The bed starts here, and then there is a 2-meter bed by 140. Really comfy, proper mattress. Can't complain. Like a hotel. Apart from that, it's light as hell. I think I'll do something about that for next year. So from inside the tent here, this is how it looks like. I'm sleeping in my pink sheets, like a true Viking. Well, it's not so manly, but yeah. So this is how light it is in here. Like I said, too light. But now it's not windy, so that's good. But it's cold. It's like 8 or something. Luckily, I have a sleeping bag and my lemon pillow. Very good. And then my pink sheets. Okay, let's hope I get to sleep well. Good night. So now I'm on a hilltop somewhere in Norway, near the Swedish border. I thought I would just give a little bit of a glimpse of what it looks like when you have been on the road for a few days. Because you give up keeping track of stuff and keeping it tidy. So then it looks like this. And like these. It was so neatly packed when I left. And the bicycle still there, I had to take it off and on a couple of times. Same in the back. Looks a bit like. And in here. Yeah. And I have my loudspeaker with me so I can have good music. But now that's run out of battery. But that's what happens after a few days on the road. You give up keeping order of things when you know you're heading back. I think I will build some system here for next year so that it can keep track of things. Random views. I just had a coffee right there. I cooked my coffee. Really nice. It's like 8 degrees or something like that. I wasn't freezing because I bought a backpack in Svolvær. I have my Bjørn Home Services BS. This hat says no BS. Bjørn Home Services were the guys in Oulu that fixed my headlights on the Beast on the way up. Excellent guys. If you get your Landy broken down anywhere near Oulu, you should go there. Super professional, really fast, good service. Great guys. Big shout out to them. That's like the best slogan in history. Where the road ends. So now we're heading out to the walking on the Swedish side of the mountains. Tanking up on carbs here. Carbs. Get some energy to walk. 80 grams of carbs, candies. I will burn that for a 10k walk now. Helicopters are always cool. Here comes a helicopter. Yep. That's for small boys and big boys. Helicopters are one of the very few things that are cooler than Land Rovers. We can see the tree line thing I talked about earlier. Here there are trees. If you look at the mountain over there, no trees. Here's the cutoff. Things can't grow above a certain altitude. Too cold, too arid. Quite fascinating. Let's go to that tip. High points are good because then you can see far. Yeah, look at this. So this is a lake called Torneträsk, which is pretty massive. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to fly a drone here, otherwise we could have some nice drone footage. But that will apparently scare the animals. Helicopters work though, but it's the landing and the takeoffs that scare the animals. That's a shame, but we have to follow rules.